Hello, welcome to another episode of Subnautica. Today, what we're going to be doing is what I'm going to call our Better Bases and Gardens episode. What we're going to do is we're going to swap out the majority of the hallways for glass, show you how that's done, and why you want to do that, why you'd want to make the place more open, a little bit more airy, so it doesn't feel like, well, it's cramped. Now, along with that, we're also going to show you why you want to go ahead and shore up your base a little bit by adding some reinforcement to the walls, not just because of the glass, but because it can leak. Are you ready? Let's do this thing. Hello and welcome back to Subnautica. Today, we're going to be doing a Better Homes and Bases update, if you will. Now, as you can see, we're actually in our base right now, and I'm going to run around here real quick. We've got several of the big all-purpose rooms here. We've got plenty of corridors. We've got plenty of other rooms and exits. There's our lab there. What is that? The moon pool. I mean, as you can see, everything's set up here, perfect to use. Here, let's go ahead and drop. I got a battery in here, I think. It needs to be, there we go. Power cell that needs to be charged up. It's very standard, but as you can see, it's very boring. Now, we haven't really added anything to the base itself here. There is a few things in a couple of the rooms here, but we've got exits. We've got a room in the center. We've got 5 rooms and a bunch of hallways here. Of course, we've got our posters, and then of course, we've got this. So I'm gonna actually turn off the scanning for right now. We've got our scan room here. But the one thing we're missing is life in this place. So today we're actually going to fix that. I'm going to show you what I mean by life. As you can see, I put 3 different windows in here to show you what the difference is between running through the hallways there where it looks like, it makes you look and feel like you're actually a hamster in a cage. You're just running through tunnels randomly, to something like this where you can get a better feeling like you're actually in a living place. Well, we're going to change this up even more. But the way we're going to do that is we've got to add a few things. First thing we're actually going to do, I'm going to go to one of these rooms here. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this the center room first and foremost. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my building tool out here. I'm going to pop that in right there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to build ourselves one of the most important things in the game. Now, a lot of people will say, yeah, sure, whatever. No, seriously. An indoor grow bed. One of the most important things in the game, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. The indoor grow bed, you can grow your own food instead of having to constantly go out and catch your fish. Now, that having been said, we're going to show you exactly what you need in order to eat. All right, now what I'm showing you here is, in case you don't remember, it's the first island you go to. You can see the 2 separate buildings up there on the hilltops, which are all fine and good. However, that's not exactly what we're looking for. We're looking to go back to the one in the center. And let's go do that real quick. Alrighty, now this is where we want to be. I'm going to put away my knife. I just got attacked by a cave crawler real quick. This is what we're looking for. The marble melon. We're going to pick these up. And don't worry about anything else at this point. I mean, you can pick up some of the other stuff, but seriously, those 3 marble melon right there is exactly what you're looking for. Now let's head back to the base real quick before they have a chance to go bad. Alright, now we're back to our base. I know it's probably hard to see it right now, but this is part of the reason why we're going to be doing this. From the outside, it looks kind of cool, but if you take a look at the light coming through the glass there, it makes it look so much nicer. And it'll be easier to see from far away. Now let's go ahead and hop right back into our moon pool.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Why, thank you very much, Robot Overlord. And we're going to go ahead. First things first, run right in here. We're going to use the planter. We're going to go ahead and just put the marble melon. Oh, and they're getting old. Eesh. I think I may have taken too long to get here. Let's see. We're going to hack those up. Because once we get them hacked, they give us seeds. And then we can take and plant even more. Now, while we're doing that, as you can see, we've now got quite a bit more marble melons than we had when we started. Now, we can't eat them right off, so it's going to take a little bit. But in the meantime, so what we're going to do next is we're going to grab some things. And for those of you who are like me, when you run across things like the blood oil and the gel sack, you usually don't have a whole lot of room for the blood oil the first time you run across it, because you're usually carrying a bunch of other stuff. If you're lucky enough to just grab one, that's all you need, and I'm going to show you why here real quick. What we're going to do is we're going to make the outdoor grow bed. And I'm going to make that. Really doesn't matter where you put them, but I'm going to put glass in here so we can see what's up in there. It's right in here in the construction. And actually, I got a couple of spots over here. Really doesn't even really matter where you put these, but I like being sort of uniform. Sort of, kind of, not really. I'm going to drop this right here, and I'm going to make another one right here. Now, and I'll show you why. We're going to put the blood oil in there, and it's going to grow a blood vine, which in turn will grow more blood oil. Now, it's not as fast as running out there and running back, but sometimes you get lost. The same thing's going to happen with the gel sack. Now, watch with the gel sack. We can go ahead and hack that up, just like we did with the marble melon. We go ahead and put those 3 seeds in there. We've got 3 more of those growing. This, we are not going to do anything to. We're going to leave that alone. In the meantime, we're going to put that away, and then we're going to go ahead and start working here on getting all of this taken care of. Now, the first thing we're going to do, first thing you really want to do is not lag, but the first thing you really want to do is get up a buttload of lithium and titanium, because we have got to make this place strong if we want to have a lot of glass in here. Because if we just start putting glass in here and we don't make sure that the place is strong enough, it will rupture, it will fill with water, and then you have to run around and constantly fix it and then try and, you know, shore it up then. And it's better to just do it in advance instead of trying to run around and fix everything after the fact. Now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but my icon for my sea moth is in the red there. I'm going to show you that real quick before we go off and grab all that lithium and come right back. And the way we do that is we come over here to the ping manager. As you can see, I've got a bunch of different pings. You can turn those on and off like I've shown you before in the past. But if you look over here, let's take the camera drone. We can turn that orange. I've got one of the camera drones turned on just so we can find it. I've got the other one turned off completely, but we can change that to any color we want. Yellow, a different shade of blue, red, orange, and I'm trying to figure out what the 2 differences. Oh, it's a bluish green. Okay. Which will help you figure out where you're going, because I know sometimes when you're out running around and you're trying to figure things out, and sometimes you can get spun around and you lose track of where you're actually at. Having a different color for these things helps immensely. Now, I really wish I could tell you when they decided to do that. I'm afraid I can't, though, because unfortunately I wasn't paying attention to the ping manager as much as I would have liked to. So I'm going to go ahead and just close that out. And then, seeing as how we've now had sufficient amount of time for it, you can see there's that other drone over there. I'm going to grab some water real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and head out. All right, fun fact, you can come in through the moon pool, and it's just as efficient as coming in through out there. Now, as you can see, we've got a bunch of these marble melons all ready to go, but we're a little bit full at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and we've got the lithium, we've got titanium. We're going to go ahead and start shoring up some of this base, make it a little bit stronger. And this now it says actually in the tooltip, you see it says 14 plus 14 to hull strength. Now, but if you look in here, this is the interesting part. It'll show, if I can find it here, where'd it go? It says it's only going to increase it by 7 hit points. So I'm guessing it increased it both inside and out by doing that. And instead of just increasing it by that much, we wound up increasing both the inside and the out. So I'm going to grab some more of this titanium. Now, doing this, we don't have to do it in every single room, but I'm going to because I really want to glass this place out. And we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's try this one again. Going to reinforce this here. And let's go ahead and reinforce this here. And we're going to add another one of these reinforcements. Now, the reinforcements, like I said, they're not needed. However, I want them a lot because, like I said, I'm gonna put a lot of glass in this place, more than just these windows here. In fact, let's go ahead and tear the glass out on this right quick, because we're gonna need that glass here, so I can show you what I mean. Shore this up. I'm gonna shore this up. This here and this one here. I think this is it for here. So I'm relatively certain the last one left is the one in the center, which we're headed to anyway. Now, first thing we need to do, I don't know if you've noticed or not, we're kind of hungry.
Vital signs stabilizing.
And that's why we grow the marble melon. I'm actually going to hack up a few here and start filling in the missing spots. And see, while we're out and about, we can go out and do whatever we want to within reason and come back, and these marble melons are growing the entire time. Just grab one and hack it up and you've got more seeds. And you can just keep on doing that. And you're good to go. And bada bing, you just fill in the gaps. It's easy peasy. And that's why that is one of the most important things to build in these environments. Now, I'm going to show you what's happening out here. Here is the growing blood vine. Now, we don't want to hack this up, but we're going to grow some more of those. Now, we've got more of these, and let me see. Apparently, I didn't scan these yet. These are important. You need the blood vine because you need those in order to make, what is it, benzene, I think it is? No, not benzene. You need it in order to make one of the suits, one of the important, well, actually, most of the really important suits, if I remember correctly, not not the radiation suit, which we're currently wearing. Let's go ahead and keep putting those in there. But we need those. Do we have any? Nope, we don't have any blood oil on there yet. Apparently the blood oil grows a little bit slow, but it's going to totally be worth it because we're going to get more than a few to grow on the vine itself. And we just pull those off, plant them, and then we have more that are growing. And we're going to use that, not just the blood oil, we'll use the blood oil in order to make, the benzene, which is used to make synthetic fibers, which in turn are used to make the reinforced dive suit and the still suit. So the still suit's nice because it lets you reacquire more water, is a polite way of putting it. But I prefer the reinforced dive suit because I found, especially recently since the last update, that I'm getting attacked more and more. So having the reinforced dive suit seems to be my priority. That's what I'm building these for. And having those right there instead of having to run all the way out and all the way back. I don't have a Cyclops set up yet. I don't have anything other than what I've got going here. And you never know what you're going to need them for in the future. Unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to need them for in the future either. So it doesn't hurt to have them. Besides, it makes the place look nice. Like I said, this is the Better Homes and Garden. Well, I think I should have called it the Better Base and Gardens issue. In fact, I think that's what I'll go ahead and name this episode. So anyway, we've got that going on. Now I'm going to step out real quick here, and we're going to take, this was the hallway that had the glass in it. What we're going to do is we're going to deconstruct this. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put this in. Now, in order to get it to turn like that, rotating is just moving your mouse wheel. That's all it is. Come in, and you see it adds -2 to the base hull strength. So for each one of these that I'm going to swap out, that would be a -2. But that's why we went around and we changed up, we added the reinforcements to the hull so we wouldn't have to worry about that. Now, unfortunately, this takes like what, a couple of glass. So it's not as glass intensive as I thought. You know, it's a couple of quarts for each glass, and it's going to take a while to get up a buttload of glass. But in the long run, you'll notice it's totally worth it. Now let's just take a look inside, because from the outside you can see there's a huge difference there. Let's take a look inside and see how that looks.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It opens it right up, and it makes it feel so much nicer, don't you think? Now, what I plan on doing is I'm going to go ahead and put some outdoor gardens there for growing other plants and stuff that we need in order to survive in here. But in the meantime, it just makes it look so much nicer. So, let's see. I don't think I have that much glass left. In fact, I'm out of glass. So I'm going to have to go out and get a buttload of quartz, and we're going to have to make all this up as we go along. Unfortunately, I don't think we can we can't look up quartz with the scanner room. So that's going to be a pain in the butt. Let's double check that. Limestone, lead, heat. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this at all, if you've actually built the scanner room yet, but this list does change on occasion. Also, one thing I found out recently for the scanner room upgrades, the range is stackable. You can add more scanner room range upgrades and have each one increase your range of your scanner room by 50 meters. Sometimes it'll have the metal up there, you know, metal fragments, which help out immensely, but we're not even really looking for metal fragments. Did I have any more glass in here? I think I already grabbed all the glass. I did have some more quartz though. So let me go ahead and start stuffing this in here. So we grab this other quartz here. As you probably already know, a couple of quartz makes some glass. A couple of glass now makes the glass tubes here, which this tool, in order to make windows in your regular tubes, you need 2 glass anyway. So you'd be looking at 2, 4, 6, which drops down the strength by 2, 4, 6, instead of just replacing the entire tube, which only drops the strength by 2. So all in all, you're just better off to grab a buttload of quartz and run with it and just make the entire tube out of glass. So I'm going to run around and grab all that quartz real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, now we're back at our base. Let's go ahead and hop in here real quick. We've got a buttload of quartz. We're going to go ahead and swap that out. Or not swap it out. We're going to make the glass out of it. And then we're going to go ahead and make some more of these tubes. And we're also going to add glass in other places too. Well, it depends on what our strength is looking at by the time we're done replacing all these tubes with glass. I'm going to see if we can't go ahead and... Can we deconstruct that from in here? Oh, we can. Okay, because something I've noticed in the past is that we can build the glass from inside. See, we didn't even have to go, oh, it dropped the sub. It's just like, apparently it didn't like being disconnected from the rest of the base. Well, let's go ahead and start tearing some of this apart and see if we can't replace most of these with glass from the inside without having to go outside. And now you can see so much easier, and once we get some of this growth going on out here, it'll be so much nicer. All right, so technically we've got everything, all of the hallways done that we needed, except for 2. And we don't have any of the glass on the sides here like I'd wanted, but that's okay, because I think what I'm gonna do is just, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and put some of those living walls in this one. I just wanna make this one greener. Do I not have enough titanium? What happened? Oh, I was at the wrong angle, apparently. Huh, you gotta be at the right angle, apparently. Okay, so apparently you got to be at the correct angle for the living wall. I think what I'm going to do, I'd like to put, well, we still need that glass, but I think it's going to take a while before I can find any more quartz out there. It's been a while. Let's see, and we've got all this blood oil, and we can go ahead and just start planting those. And we've got all of these gel sacks. Let's go ahead and hack these up. Now, the gel sacks, I didn't actually say what the gel sack was meant for, but I'll show you before too long. Here, let me see if let's just start planting some of these. All right, the gel sacks we need for aerogel. Now, aerogel, we don't need for any of our suits or anything like that. What we need that for is going to be for our prawn. And I'll show you that here in a moment. All right, long story short, I had to move things around. That's why the base looks a little bit different. For those of you that don't know, I actually had a bit of a problem with that. Now, the prawn suit requires aluminum oxide crystals. Those are those red spiky ones that we saw before. Plasteel ingots, aerogel, and lubricant. So far, we're holding up pretty good. We're down to 57.8. We're holding up strong. Yeah, however, I am going to say we can still add. There's 2 slots on the long side here, 2 slots on that side there. One of them's already taken up by the vehicle modification station, and there's another slot on this side. Now we can put more strength in here, and we can go ahead and just reinforce this right here. We're going to reinforce this here, just because there's 2 sides, or there's 2 reinforcement, or you can either put glass or reinforcement on either side here, and then 1 on each of the short ends. You can put glass or a reinforcement there, or conversely, if that's where you want to have one of your connections to your main base, can be at any one of those points as well. The sea moth just happens to be here, or the docking station happens. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move that over to this side, and I'll show you why here in a second too. Go ahead and just tear this down real quick. Now, it looks like it's, yeah, every time we do something in here, it decides it's going to drop the sea moth. Maybe? Yep, there it goes. Every time we do something in here, apparently it's picking up the sea moth, or whatever you got actually stationed in here. Now, where did that go? Vehicle modification station. We've got that going for us right here. Now, we can actually alter up our sea moth. We can change the colors. I like my base color. I'm more of a black with green stripes kind of guy, but the thing is, the unfortunate thing is, the white makes it stand out bright and beautiful against the black background of the deep sea. So I'm sticking with that. The interior, however, I'm going to go with black. Stripe 1, I'm going to change that to bright green. Stripe 2, same thing. And coming up for a name for the sea moth. Let me see. I know. Spazzy. Because of how fast it goes and jumping in and out of the water. Okay, I'm the spazzy one. But still, it's my sea moth. I'm naming it what I want. Now, the reason why I had that done over here... Oh, the name color. We can change that up as well. If you want it an actual color. So, as you can see, it changed up everything. If you don't like how muted the colors are or are not, you can always change that by going down here and altering that. Same thing for the interior, same thing for the base color as well as the stripes. But I'm done with that. Now, the reason why I have that done over here, if you notice, this is where the upgrades panel is. It's on this side. We've got a storage module, we've got a pressure compensator, and right here at the vehicle modification station, we can make common modules. We can make more pressure compensators, so if Spazzy tends to die, we can have that replaced. Hull reinforcement. Now, I just heard from a viewer today that apparently you can actually have your sea moth destroyed by, oh, what are the crash fish. She just had a crash fish take out her sea moth, and it's like it was at 100%, and she says she's just tooling along, and poof, she's in the water, and her sea moth's on the seafloor, and she's standing next to the remnants of a crash fish. It's like, well, that sucks. We can also do a solar charger, so if we're running low on energy, we can actually wait for the sun to come out and charge that up. Sea moth perimeter defense system is something that I'm going to look into. The polyaniline, though, I haven't seen that yet. Torpedo system is nice, and the sonar will help by displaying topographical data on the HUD, which is nifty, but not looking into that right now. We've got the prawn suit thermal reactor. Now, I've heard it been told, well, there's not a whole lot of thermal out there, blah, blah, blah. Well, the deeper into the game you get, the more thermal there is. That's very helpful in the future. Not right this second, though, because we don't even have a prawn suit, but that'll be helpful. The next thing you want to get, well, one of the first things you want to get would be the jump jet upgrades. Between that and the grappling arm. Now, I had to find the grappling arm, the drill suit arm, and the prawn suit torpedo arm. All three of those were in wrecks around the area, and you just need to scan like 2 of them, and you're able to use them after that. And then you can make torpedoes for both your prawn suit and your sea moth. You got a gas torpedo, releases a cloud of toxic gas, load this into the vehicle's torpedo bay, or the vortex torpedo. Generates a localized gravity distortion, load this into the vehicle torpedo bay. We're not going to worry about the torpedoes just for right this second, because what we're going to look into, I'm going to see if I can't figure out what the polyaniline is for our sea moth perimeter defense. I'm guessing that's going to be an advanced material. That's aerogel, synthetic fibers, benzene. I'm not seeing. I wonder where that would be. I may have to look this up. I haven't run across something I needed to look up in a while. So that'll be kind of cool. However, seeing as how this is more of the base and garden show, what we're going to do is we're going to work on our base some more here. Alien containment. Oh, there's so much I want to do in this place that just requires so much, like, glass. Oh, what else could we do in here, though? There's so much that we can do. One of these rooms should probably be our bedroom, though. I was thinking, should it be, like, on top of here? That doesn't make much sense because there'd be no way to get to it. You know what? I think I'm going to make this one our bedroom here. Let's go ahead and do that. It's a narrow single bed. We're making this place into our home away from home. Let's just get some stuff going on in here. Let's see. We're going to need a desk. Right here. Let's get ourselves a swivel chair. And we're going to rotate this around. No, that looks actually... Let's go ahead and put that, like, right here. There we go. We've got that going on for us. I'm guessing this one right here should be... Let's go ahead and make this into... Where'd it go? I just saw it just a second ago. We're going to make that our alien containment. Oh, we're in the middle of it. Our alien containment. We're going to need 4 glass for that. I'm going to... Oh, man, I need to go out and get a buttload of glass. This seems to be our water as well as our item area in general. Here's some glass. There we go. Let's go ahead and start in on this. Seeing as how we've got 3 of the glass that we need. Alright, so upon further inspection, it seems like we're going to need a little bit more copper ore, etc. in order to go ahead and finish off the rest of our base. However, at least for the interior stuff. However, I'm going to make some more of these external planters. We're going to plant some stuff out here in the center to try and make the place look nice, so it doesn't look so shabby. Not exactly sure what we're going to plant there yet. In all actuality, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build up a bunch of these. In the meantime, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'm going to run around and grab a bunch of stuff in order to make the planters. I'd like to hear back from you guys. What is your favorite planting game? What would you like to see in the external planters just to make the place look nice and everything? In the meantime, don't forget to hit the like button if you liked what you saw. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down in the bottom. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks.